What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, and back with another classic WoW Season of Discovery video for you. So today I thought I would do a day 1 recap of my experience playing on Season of Discovery, talk about my experience, what I've done so far, and also give you some hints and tips and tricks on how I've gotten the runes that I already have on my Warlock, for example, and even my Druid as well. I think I'm in a pretty good spot as of right now, and I'm really enjoying the content. Basically, so far on day 1, I just woke up on day 2, so I'm doing this in like a retrospect, and I have a level 10 Druid and level 25 Warlock. I played for just about 26 hours in one go before I go into bed, and I will say this, it was fun. I managed to get into the servers kind of early. I will say I got into a queue because Living Flame turned out to be a little bit more popular than I was expecting it to be, so even I had to sit in a 30-minute queue, but my friends had to sit in like a 1-hour queue, so I got, 1.5 actually, I got into the server 1 hour before my friends, so they were definitely worse off than me, but I had to sit in a small queue as well. Now the launch was fairly smooth, but also chaotic. First of all, I think Blizzard forgot to turn on layering, don't quote me on that, but there was like so many people in the zone, and suddenly, out of nowhere, people disappeared, and so many people got into the game. So like, one of my friends was in a half-hour queue, one of my friends was in a almost 2-hour queue, and they both got into the game at the same time, and then rumors started spreading that they turned on layers. So apparently the whole server thing at the beginning, where people got massive queues, was them forgetting to put on layering. Now, I don't know how true that is, but it could be. Either way, let's talk about my achievements so far, or what I've done so far in the game, and day 1 has just been amazing. I'm really excited for the season itself. It's just been way more fun than I was expecting. The runes are making way more of an impact. Like for me, I thought I would level to level 25 the usual way, and get more runes at level 25 that would impact my gameplay. But really, they impact you right from the very get-go. You get your first rune to level 2, and the first rune you get already really impact your class. On a Druid, for example, you get free Wrath casts, which means you basically never go out of mana, and you get your second rune at level 6. It's just absolutely incredible. Let's start off with the Druid today. Actually, no. Never mind. Let's start off with the Warlock, then talk about the Druid, because the Warlock I think most of you guys are here for anyway. Let's just start off with that, and keep you guys up to date on what I've done on the Warlock so far, and then talk about the Druid. Okay, so just as I said, the Warlock is level 25, right? Warlock is 25, we have a guild going called the Gnome Land Security as of right now. We had a different name, but we apparently had to change the name of the guild, fun story. But yes, level 25 on the Warlock, and I have 6 runes. I don't know if that's a lot of runes or like very few runes, but either way I have 6 runes, and I'll tell you how I got these runes, just so like if you don't have these, then you will know how I got them. I can only help you from like a gnome perspective, but I think even if you play human, you can do the same thing basically. So first of all, let's talk about Haunt. Haunt you get at level 2, very simple, just talk to your class trainer at level 2. That one is very simple. Talk to your class trainer at level 2, get a quest, do the thing, and get the rune. Chaos Bolt on the other hand, as a gnome, you find it at a Golbolar quarry. In this quarry, in the middle of the quarry, you will have a frozen dwarf or a frozen trog, and I don't know where this one is on the human side, but it's in Elven Forest somewhere, and look for a frozen mob. Once again, it's in Golbolar quarry over here on gnome, and you can do this as human as well. If you don't want to look for the one in Elven, go over here and get it over here. So you will find a frozen dwarf, and in order to get the rune, you have to kill the frozen dwarf, but he's immune to all damage except fire damage. Now, if you're a mage, you can get a fire rune here as well. I don't know which one it is. It might be Living Flame, might be something else, Living Bomb. I don't really know, but it's a fire rune. So if you're a mage, definitely go and get it too. So you want to be minimum 2 people. We did it as 2 people, and it worked out fine. So have your Warlock, summon your Imp, because Imps cast Fireball, fire damage. So use your Imp, attack the Trog, and also use your own Immolate. So Immolate plus Imp, and have a second person, ideally a second Warlock, do the same, or have a mage cast fireballs. Basically just get 2 or 3 people and damage the Trog down with fire damage. Very simple, and then you have Chaos Bolt. Now let's go from let's go from up. So Master Channeler, for example, this one is absolutely insane, by the way. If you're leveling, like my leveling build has been using Haunt and Master Channeler, and I never die. I can literally pull 2 or 3 mobs and life tap during combat, and I still don't die. And that's without the tanking rune. I'm already tanking without the tanking rune. It's just absolutely insane, because what this does is that your drain life is no longer channeled. It's a damage over time on the target, lasts for 15 seconds with a 15-second cooldown, which means permanent uptime. It costs more mana, sure, but it also heals you for 50% more every single time it deals damage. So you don't have to channel it, and it's a damage over time which heals you for way more, and Haunt also heals you when it's dispelled. So basically Haunt heals me for about 25% of my health, and this one just keeps me up as well. So I can just drain life, a life tap, while I'm in combat, and I still don't die, and I don't have to have like any downtime while leveling. I have barely even drank at all. Like I bought some milk at level 5, and I still have milk from level 5 at level 25. Haven't really had to buy any drinks while leveling, which is so weird as a Warlock, because I tend to have to drink or eat all the time. This time I didn't. It made a significant impact. So where did I get Master Channeler? Where personally I got it when I was leveling in Darkshore. I had no idea that I was about to get this, but I was doing a quest. Up at this tower you have a quest to loot 4 pages, and one of the mobs literally dropped the rune. They're called Fanatics, so it kind of makes sense. It's a Fanatic mob, and it dropped a Warlock rune. So yeah, up at the tower right here, Tower of Althalax, right, you have the quest to get 4 pages, and the mob will literally drop the rune for you. Now Soul Siphon on the other hand, this one is a little bit more interesting. It takes like, you have to literally go after this rune, otherwise you won't get it out of nowhere. So first of all you have to drain soul on a critter. That's right, you have to find a critter in the open world, like a pet, right, companion, whatever, a critter, and you have to drain soul and get like a pure soul from it. You have to basically deal damage to it with drain soul. After that you have to go to a wanted target. You have 2 options here. Now as a gnome you usually want to go over here. You have like a named dwarf inside this building that I'm pointing at on my map, right south of the lake, right east of Kolbalar Quarry. You have a dwarf, a named dwarf. You have to drain soul on that guy. That's going to give you a tainted soul shard. If you're playing human, you can do the same, but do it on Hogger. And even as a gnome, I did it on Hogger. So you can pick and choose. If you're an Elwyn, do it on Hogger. If you're in Dunmorrow right now, do it on this guy in the fortress, and drain soul on him, and kill him after using drain soul, or kill him with drain soul, and get a tainted soul shard. If you're a gnome, you want to hand those in to this guy right here, Gallic Void Twist. He's a soul broker. So if you're a gnome, go here and hand it into this guy, and he will literally give you the rune. So you have to bring those 2 things. A soul shard from one of those wanted guys I just told you about, and the critter, and then you get Soul Siphon. And if you're a human, you do the same thing, but instead of handing them in here, you hand them in the basement of Goldshire, near your Warlock trainer. Right? If you're playing Horde, I don't know where to go and what to do. I'm very sorry, I'm just doing this from the Alliance perspective. Next up, we have the Incinerate. This is one of my best in slot runes, and it's very simple. You have to kill an elite, and the elite that I killed, there's probably multiple options once again, but the one that I killed was in Red Ridge Mountains, and you do it while you're doing the Blackrock quest over here. So you're killing the Blackrock ogres, and then you have a cave. Inside this cave you will have 3 orcs and 1 elite Warlock behind them. He's called like something the Incinerator, so when you read his name, it's very obvious that he drops the Incinerator rune, but you never go into the cave unless you know he's there anyway. So now you know he is inside this cave, the Incinerator rune, so just go inside the cave and kill the elite. What I will say is the orcs outside and inside the cave, they spawn very, very fast, so kill the orcs as soon as you can, and just literally go pull and kill the elite as soon as possible, because the orcs, they will spawn on you. So yeah, just don't take your time, just go and kill the elite as soon as possible after killing the orcs. Once again, cave southeast in Red Ridge. Now for the last rune that I have, called Demonic Grace, this one kinda you get hints towards really early. you will loot something called blood, like a wolf blood or something from a hound. I think it was wolf blood, or maybe it wasn't blood, maybe it's a tooth or something, like a jaw. You loot basically an item, I think it's a jaw. You loot from like a hound or a core tooth ability or a core hound, kind of like a dark hound. So anything like a hound or a wolf, right? If you're playing in Elven Forest, you will get it from wolves, and it's going to be a jawbone that you haven't seen before. It's basically a brand new item, right? And it will say like a unique item as well on the item itself, won't have a vendor price, so it's kind of obvious the item itself is used for something. After that, you will also loot gnoll blood from somewhere. You have to find the gnolls and loot gnoll bloods from, for example, mongrels. So if you're playing human, for example, what I did was I did it while I was leveling in Elven Forest, and did it while killing Hogger. At Hogger, there's lots of gnolls, so you will get a gnoll blood over here. Now, those are the two reagents you need, but you also need to find an item that tells you to get those two. So for me, that dropped inside this cave from the vermins in Fargo Deep. Not Fargo Deep, in Jasperlode. So not Fargo Deep down here, but Jasperlode. So I was killing things in here, and it suddenly dropped an item that told me to get those two bloods and combine them, or hand them in. After doing that, you have to get the item from either this cave, or I think if you're playing Dwarf, it will drop from you in this cave over here with the trolls from the seers, or maybe not even just in the cave, but from the trolls themselves. So you have to kill the trolls, and if you're playing Alliance, you have to kill the vermins, for example, in that cave that I just talked about. Like, I personally got it from the cave, but maybe it drops from any vermins everywhere, I don't really know, but I got it from up here. So once you have those, you go to the summoning circle in Stormwind, down at your Warlock trainer, and you summon a rare mob. Killing that rare mob gives you this rune, and those are the 6 runes that I have. Kind of like a long detour talking about my runes there, but really, I wanted to talk about how I got every single rune, so now you know exactly how to get them if you're at the same stage as me. If you're level 25, it goes very fast to get those runes. Now, let's talk about the druid, because I have quite a few runes on that guy as well. First of all, I didn't get the Solheim name, it's taken, so if you get whispered from someone on Living Flame called Solheim, as of right now, that's not me. I will make an update if I get the name back, or if they want to give it to me, but for now, I'm Solheim TV, I'm Feralheim, I'm Svolheim, I'm Stabheim, and Beastheim. These are the characters that I have. So if you want to like get in contact with me through any means, these are my characters, right? Okay, so my druid is level 10, I have 3 runes, and I have the 4th rune in my bag right now. And the 4th rune that I have, I think, gives me Mangle. So let's talk about the rune that I have in my bag. This one you get from killing Rage Claw. I think his name is Rage Claw. He's like inside the, where you do the Relics of Awakening, you have to do the Relics quest, and he's like down in that cave. So go inside the cave down in Teldrassil right here and kill something called Rage Claw, and he will literally drop it for you. That's all you have to do. Now for the first one, Fury of Storm Rage, this is your level 2 quest. There's not really much to talk about. Just get to level 2, do the quest, right? Very simple. Now level 6 you can get Sunfire. Sunfire is really interesting. You have to go, I'll try to ping roughly where it is, but it should be roughly where I'm pointing right now on the map. Go to roughly where I'm pointing right now on the map. Like, you have to go south of Dolonar, cross the water, and down here. When you're here, there's going to be a branch that kind of goes out of the world itself. Walk on that branch, and you will see 3 moonstones. The moonstones are kind of up in the air, and you have to cast Moonfire on all 3 moonstones. When you do that and they all have the debuff at the same time, you have to, like, first of all find the moonstones, then cast Moonfire on all of them as fast as you can. When they're all attacked by that by Moonfire, they will reveal a treasure chest, and when you loot the treasure chest, you will get Sunfire. So once again, go to roughly this location right here on the map. I'll try to zoom in a little bit. So Dolonar, scroll down, follow my mouse, and you go south, 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 and right here. Go to the branch, cast Moonfire times 3, and loot the chest. Get Sunfire. Living Seed, on the other hand, you have to loot 3 flowers in Teldrassil. The flowers are kind of glowing, you do not need herbalism to loot them, so just find a flower and find what it looks like. It glows a little bit. Now you have to find 3. Personally, while leveling and not even looking for them, I found 5. A friend of mine found 2, so it's RNG. It's very like random if you get it or not, and if you don't have it at level 10 but you want to have Living Seed, just keep farming, keep looking. You want to have 3 of them, combine them into a crown. So you first of all, you get like plant of whatever, and you make them into a crown, and when you have the crown, you have to find a branch. And the branch is like an elemental that you find in Starbreeze Village. So go to Starbreeze Village, look for like a wood effigy, it's a wood elemental, use the item on him, kill the elite, it's an elite, so kill him, he's very soloable by the way, barely hits you for anything, so kill the elite and loot the rune. Very simple. And that's my update for phase 1, how I got the runes that I have, my current progress. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, a bit of a long one. I am live right about now if you want to see my progress for day 2, probably going to stream for just about 10 to 12 hours today. I have a main raid as well, but yeah, if you want to come by and say hello, I'll be live both on YouTube and on Twitch. So once again, if you're not tired of my voice or my face yet, then I'll be live on this channel right now. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, subscribe as well, I really would appreciate it, and leave a comment letting me know your progress from day 1. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you again very soon.